Have you ever wondered why the timing of distributing Qurbani meat matters so much, and whether delaying this noble act might affect its reward or even its validity? Picture this, the joyous day of Eid al-Adha, a day that brings families and communities together in sacrifice and gratitude, where the spirit of giving shines brightest. The meat of the sacrificed animal is more than just food. It is a symbol of mercy, charity, and obedience to Allah's command. But what if, for various reasons, the distribution is delayed? Is this permissible, or does it contradict the very essence of Qurbani? Today, we embark on a heartfelt journey through the Islamic teachings, exploring the significance of timing in distributing Qurbani meat, drawing on authentic Quranic verses, the sayings and practices of the Prophet Muhammad, and the wisdom of the companions who were the living examples of faith in action. First, let us remind ourselves what Qurbani truly represents. It is not merely the act of slaughtering an animal, it is an expression of our submission to Allah, recalling the unwavering faith of Prophet Ibrahim, who was willing to sacrifice his son for the sake of Allah's command. The Quran captures this profound moment with divine eloquence. Indeed, we have seen the turning of your face, O Muhammad, toward the heaven, and we will surely turn you to a qibla with which you will be pleased. So turn your face toward al-Masjid al-Haram. And wherever you believers are, turn your faces toward it. But more importantly, about sacrifice, Allah says, "It is neither their meat nor their blood that reaches Allah, but it is piety from you that reaches Him." Quran 22:37. The meat and blood themselves are gifts to the community, a means of sharing blessings, but the real essence is the piety, the sincerity, and the timely fulfillment of this duty. Now, regarding timing, the Prophet was very clear that the Qurbani should be done on the days of Eid al-Adha, specifically from after the Eid prayer on the 10th of Dhul Hijjah until sunset on the 13th. This period is sacred, and the reward of Qurbani is tightly connected to performing it within these days. But what about distributing the meat? The scholars unanimously agree that the meat should be distributed promptly after the sacrifice, preferably on the same day or soon after. Why is this timing emphasized? Because the spirit of Qurbani is rooted in generosity and immediate charity to those in need. The companions of the Prophet never delayed sharing the meat. They rushed to ensure that the poor and needy benefited as quickly as possible. Abdullah ibn Umar narrated that the Prophet said, "Distribute the meat of the sacrifice on the day of sacrifice and the next day, and whatever remains, then keep it for your family." At-Tirmidhi. This hadith reveals the Prophet's encouragement to promptly share the meat, emphasizing that immediate distribution fulfills the spirit of charity and compassion. Delaying the distribution unnecessarily can diminish the reward and impact of Qurbani because it may prevent the needy from benefiting at the time they need it most, the blessed days of Eid when the community's joy and blessings peak. Moreover, the meat is perishable, delaying risks spoilage, which contradicts the wisdom behind the sacrifice, which is to provide fresh nourishment to those who have less. However, life's realities sometimes impose challenges. What if you live far from the needy, or the meat needs preservation, or logistical difficulties arise? Scholars from all major schools acknowledge these practical difficulties. They teach us that while prompt distribution is best, a slight delay due to valid reasons does not invalidate the Qurbani or the reward, as long as the intent to distribute remains sincere and the meat is eventually shared within a reasonable time frame. The ultimate judge of intentions is Allah, who says in the Quran, "Whoever does righteousness, whether male or female, while he is a believer, we will surely cause him to live a good life." Quran 16 hours 97 minutes. This reminds us that Allah's mercy and understanding are vast. The companions also set an example of flexibility with compassion. For instance, in cases of travel or hardship, they showed patience and ensured the fulfillment of Qurbani's spirit without strict rigidity that would cause hardship. Yet, the question remains, should we ever become complacent about delaying the distribution? Certainly not. The Prophet warned against neglecting the rights of the needy and emphasized hastening charity. The act of Qurbani is incomplete without ensuring that the meat reaches those who need it in a timely manner, nurturing the bonds of brotherhood and alleviating hardship. In fact, delaying too long risks turning a blessed act into mere consumption by the family, losing the social impact and divine blessing attached to sincere charity during Eid. So here's a question for all of us to reflect upon deeply. How do we balance our daily challenges with the sacred responsibility of Qurbani? Are we mindful of the urgency to share and serve those in need, or do we let convenience take precedence over compassion? The answers lie in our intentions and efforts. In conclusion, while it is permissible to delay the distribution of Qurbani meat due to genuine reasons, the Sunnah and the spirit of Islam strongly encourage prompt sharing, ideally within the first 2 days after sacrifice. This ensures that the act of Qurbani shines not only as a symbol of personal submission but as a beacon of generosity and social justice, touching the hearts and lives of those less fortunate exactly when they need it most. May Allah grant us sincerity in our sacrifices, wisdom in our actions, and the ability to spread His mercy through timely charity. May He accept our Qurbani and make it a means of drawing closer to Him and uniting the Ummah in compassion and faith. Until next time, let us keep the spirit of Eid alive every day in our hearts and actions. Jazakum Allahu khairan for listening, and may peace and blessings be upon our beloved Prophet Muhammad and all those who follow his path with sincerity.